Welcome to Square One Engineering's Monday Quickie Recap. We are talking about our experiences with this week's article. I hope you enjoy. Our Monday Quickie this week talks about the secret to the art of negotiations. And I really liked reading through this article, and talking about that awkward pause is something I struggle with so much. And that dead air, I always just have the tendency to want to fill it.
Right.
And most of the time it doesn't benefit the conversation, nor does it benefit me. You know, what's really the trick there?
Man, we really just have a hard time stewing in awkwardness. You know, and when it comes up, whether it's a professional conversation or it's a personal conversation, I mean, I struggle with it myself.
Yeah.
You just want to fill that void as quickly as possible so you can get back to a point of where you're comfortable.
Yeah.
In negotiations, that's a really bad thing to do, because a lot of times it signals to the other person that you're either underprepared,
Yeah.
or you're inexperienced. And so sometimes just not reacting is actually the best response.
I agree with you, because negotiations are already uncomfortable to start with.
Right.
You know, and I found to really ease that uncomfortableness is just be inquisitive, ask some more questions, find out about the project, why does it exist, and when you're building up those type of questions, you're really being a partner to that person and not just coming off as a salesman.
Right. Yeah, the discovery piece that you hope you can get into as a part of negotiations, it has to be a give and take from a conversation perspective. So if you're in a negotiation and the other party is really just, well, what's your rate?
Right.
Yeah, that's tough, right? Because there isn't that back and forth and that good dialogue. So the best thing to do in those moments when someone hits you with one of those tough conversations, which is, what is your rate? That's the typical one, right?
Right.
Is to really just hold back and kind of give that pause as the seller.
Mm-hmm.
There's a book that we mentioned in the article, hopefully I get it right, I think it was Peter Bregman, but the book is called 4 Seconds.
Right.
That book's amazing, because for people such as myself that struggle with their patience, and that book talks about how just 4 seconds is enough to pause. And it really is. It works amazing, because it gives you that moment to think, is that the right thing to say? Or, should I respond differently?
Exactly.
It's great advice.
Exactly. And in these situations, too, I know 4 seconds is not a long time, but in these situations, 4 seconds can seem like a lifetime, especially when you have a negotiation or a rate on the table.
4 seconds is an eternity.
It really is. But I can see how that's beneficial, just being able to take back and even think about response instead of being just reactive and having whatever words come out not mean anything.
Right. Or to put you in a situation where you're now eating crow and having to figure out a way to get back. If you throw a rate out too early without really understanding what the customer's looking for,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're kicking yourself under the table a couple minutes after that. So there's a lot of positives that come with a pause.
Absolutely. So should we close this out with an awkward pause?
I don't know, Bob, what do you think?